Hey you, and welcome back to my vlog, and today we are in Lot 10 in the heart of Kuala Lumpur. Our tummies are screaming for meat today, so we are right here at Tamaruya Meat Master on the lower ground floor of Lot 10. I think it's definitely the place to go to if you fancy some steak but minus the frills whatsoever. What you do here is that you go to the counter, it's like a supermarket meat counter, and you choose the meat that you want. It can be an ordinary sirloin to a very high grade Wagyu, and you pay for it and then they will cook it to your liking, Japanese style. Really cool place, no hard sell whatsoever, and you can choose to have your steak together with miso soup, the rice, and also the tea, the whole whack all together. Oh yes, beside paying for the meat, you also have to top up 10 ringgit for the so-called cooking charge. Well, 10 ringgit is something like less than 2 quid. As you can see, the steaks here in Tamaruya Meat Master are cooked on an iron griddle teppanyaki style. Very lightly salt and peppered, and I must say every time we eat here, the meat will turn out to be just perfect. We've been to quite a number of good steak restaurants in the city, and also some which we weren't too impressed with, but anytime we feel like having a good slab of meat but without the fine dining, this is the place that we'll head to. Here we go. We have our steak here in Asia with rice, and I know that some of you from the Western Hemisphere could not imagine that without tatties, without mushy peas. Well, that's the way we do it here. Special mention to the two kinds of sauce which they serve right here at Tamaruya Meat Master. I don't know what are the ingredients, but it's really very nice and it goes perfectly well along with the steaks. We didn't choose an expensive cut of meat this time around, call it austerity drive or whatsoever, but on our previous visit we did go for the Wagyu. Nice marbling and perfectly cooked. It takes a real meat aficionado to know the marbling system, or rather the grading system for the marbling of a Wagyu steak. You can read more on it, and the Japanese system of grading is different from the Australian system, and in Malaysia we got a lot of our beef from Australia, I think due to the proximity and also the fact that Australia is one of the biggest producers of Wagyu meat in the world. If I didn't mention it before, well, Tamaruya Meat Master is actually part of the food hall of Isetan Departmental Store. Isetan is really a posh departmental store. You can find it in many different parts of the world, especially here in Asia. The food hall in this one is very impressive. Quite a wide array of Japanese cuisine, little stalls if you want to call it, and you can dine in or just get a takeaway. It's not surprising that many KL residents actually refer to this place as J-Town or Japantown. I think this is the third time we've been here since lockdown restriction has been lifted on dining out. We would always make sure we order from Tamaruya Meat Master, and then from the sushi station next door, we've also tried the teppanyaki, which is pretty good. This is the interesting part. You can find Japanese liquor. Look at it, craft gin. I think I should get myself a bottle one day. If you have a little walk around, you'll also discover a craft beer station in this food hall, our favorite stop off point just before we head home. Speaking of which, this is Couple Guzzle signing off from the food hall of Isitan, the store, Kuala Lumpur. Be good to yourself, and we'll talk to you again real soon on another vlog.